Hello everyone, I am Kiran and I'll be your mentor throughout this session on software testing. Today is the first session and we'll learn about basics of testing, its objectives. We'll learn about two different terminologies, which is verification and validation, and we'll also see the need of testing team in the industry. So let's begin. What is software testing? So the definition of software testing revolves around two different aspects. One, the software should be bug-free at the end of testing. And second, it should meet the exact client requirements. So whenever we discuss or talk about testing, we have to keep these two pointers in mind. And everything around it, its objective, scope, needs will revolve around these two pointers because they are very important and you should understand clearly what do they mean before trying to learn anything about testing. Because once you're clear with this concept on why the system should be bug free and why it should exactly meet the client requirement is very important. Let's discuss about having a bug-free system. It's said that exhaustive testing is not possible. That is, we cannot be assured that the system will not have even one bug. But we try to make the system as perfect as possible. So the entire logic behind testing is to have a software, have a product which we will be delivering with no major issues or no showstoppers. Second pointer. What do we mean when we say the project or the software should meet the exact client requirements? Now imagine a situation where the client came to the company with a vision of a software which he had in his mind and he wanted to build that software. Now, the requirement was not properly gathered and we came up with a solution which the client never wanted. So, this is not an ideal case scenario and we would never want to waste anybody's or our time on building something which is not needed. So here the two aspects are very clear and should be followed when we are doing testing. Let's learn about objectives of testing. What is the objective? Why we are doing testing? What we want to gain out of testing? And what do testing actually show or what testing actually mean? So if you see here, a good test is the one that is having high probability of finding issues. Yes, if you are a good tester and if you have written good test cases, those test cases should be able to find out maximum number of issues. As I said, it should be a bug-free system at the end overall, isn't it? So the first objective inclines towards having a test case suite which will be testing end to end of the software and will try to find out as many issues as possible. Second objective of testing lie on a logic where if you are a good tester or if you have a good test case suite, it should be able to find out issues which are yet to be discovered. That is, which is not very easily visible. So if you're a good tester, you'll be able to find out undiscovered issues in the system. So those issues which are not very clearly visible. You have to think out of the box, try out methods, try to break the system, and then find out those issues which are very hidden in the system and which can actually hamper the system. So that's where the second objective belongs to. You have to find out issues which are not easily visible. Third pointer again hints towards the second aspect of testing definition, wherein we discussed that yes, a good test case should always be inclined towards building something which is expected of the client. So that is the third objective of testing. Let's move forward. As I said, there will be two terms, verification and validation. So what is verification and what is validation? These two terms you'll often hear being in the testing industry. They seem very similar, but they are not same. If you remember the two aspects of the definition of testing, you will be able to relate to those 2 pointers here again, because in the first definition, verification, you can define verification by asking yourself a question: have you built the software right? That is the system or software bug free? And validation can be understood by asking yourself a question: have we built the right software? That is the software matching the client requirements? So again, those 2 pointers in these 2 terms, and you can see how they are different and also related to each other. Let's move forward. Why separate testing teams? It was a debatable topic in the past that why separate testing team we need if we at all have developers who can test. But I think there's no more denying the fact that testing team is important, and it has been proven long time that yes, we do need testing team for a quality delivery of the product. So we'll discuss today that how the developers think and how the testers think and how they are different, so that we understand the importance of having a testing team in the company. So a developer is a person who actually creates the piece of the software, who actually works on the software and writes the code. So he'll have a mindset of delivering the product on time. So he'll be driven by delivery, and he is aware of only the portion of the software which he has worked upon. He'll have less ideas on the sections which he has not created. That's how developer can think. But a tester who knows in and out of the software, who first understands the entire business logic of the software and then starts working upon it, will have knowledge of the core of the software and will be able to test it well, because he is driven by quality. The tester's mind works in a way where he is responsible. He is a very responsible person, or the position of a software is of a very responsible person, because many people in the team rely upon him, because anything which passes through the tester should be perfect and bug free. So the thing is, testers are driven by quality. Their aim is to try to break the system. So developer who has created it might not be able to break it, but the tester who is designed, whose mind is designed in a way, he is equipped with the knowledge of testing and testing techniques, that he'll know how to break it. And that's where I was talking about the second pointer, where developer is only aware about the section of the code he has worked upon, but the tester will be knowing in and out of the software. Why? Because the tester is a person who is working with the business analyst, the product owner, the project manager, the developer, the client, and even the end user. So this person is so well trained in knowing the in and out of the software. He'll be the responsible one to try to break it and to try to find out and to try to make it perfect. So that's where importance of testing team lie, and there's no more debates left on that. And we use a lot of technologies for testing different kind of software, on different platforms, on different devices, using different languages and different technologies. So that's where it is important. So we today learned about the basics of testing, the definition of testing, objectives of testing. Then we also learn about verification and validation, and we also discuss the need of testing team in a company. So that's all for today. In the later sessions, upcoming sessions, we'll talk about SDLC, STLC, different SDLC models from waterfall, V, spiral, and a lot about agile. So stay tuned to the sessions, and we'll meet you in the next class. Thank you.